The internet. It's not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes. Tubes. Surely anyone here has defined what net neutrality is. Tangled up tubes. I just the other day got internet was sent by my staff at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I got it. It's a series of tubes.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't need to hear that again. Got to take the loop off.
Tubes.
Tubes. I'm not sure
What?
how we're registering vocally. I know for
Hi,
some
everybody.
reason the video is low.
It's tubes. That's what it is. It's tubes. Okay, I hope everybody got their volume issues taken care of.
Well, it could be us. That's what I'm saying.
I hope we got our volume issues taken care of. God, I look like a giant orange. I mean, a giant... I don't know what. This is...
Hawaiian punch!
I look big. Too big.
You don't look too big. You have boobies. Oh, no.
Tell the people what's going on today.
Oh! Guess what?
Rob and Allison just got married.
2 people got married!
They did.
Oh! So, yes, congratulations to Allison Goki?
Allison
Goki.
Goki.
On her new husband, Rob. And congratulations to Rob Goki on his new wife, Allison.
On his amazing wife, Allison. They are both really sweet, really nice, talented, passionate people. And I can't think of 2 people who deserve to be in love and be together more. Congratulations to Rob and Allison. That's awesome. I'm glad that it happened like right before the show because that's totally awesome.
Yeah. Would have been more awesome if they played our theme going down the aisle. No.
Okay, we're going to change it up a little bit this week. It's not just trailers that we have for you. We have trailers for you. We're going to do some reviews, and we have, do we have an exclusive trailer? We have an exclusive music video.
Yeah.
And a first look trailer.
It's there. It's there. I got it. Again, I win at life! So, I don't know why you find that so funny. I find it hilarious.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
She wins at life. But she doesn't win at Dragon's Dogma.
I do too.
You win at Dragon's Dogma because your pawn, me, is the coolest pawn ever.
Oh, always. You know, you have all the knowledge.
I have all the knowledge. And for those of you who are playing Dragon's Dogma, you can borrow me in the form of a pawn in Dragon's Dogma. Tell the people how.
Yes. It's under the pawn's name is Sunshine.
Sunshine, that's me.
The gamer tag is Shadavar1126. Yeah.
So if you're in the Rift and you want to get a good laugh, there's a pawn based on me called Sunshine. And you can borrow her. Don't even ask. So what are we gonna do the reviews first? Or hey, the ME3 DLC comes out this week. Do you care? Not so much?
Depends on what kind of DLC it is.
I can't hardly believe they've got the fix DLC ready this soon. Unless it's really not going to fix anything.
No, it's supposed to add additional exposition. Which really is just code for suck it.
Yeah.
We have all your money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So let's start off with an exclusive look at a web series music video.
What?
Put together by the fine peeps at Malice the web series. This is called My Dad.
Hi, I'm Brittany Martz. Please support Malice by checking out our Kickstarter page. We can only succeed with support from fans like you.
Good night, sweetheart.
She definitely romanticizes her dad, that's for sure.
Yeah. I am so hoping they get the funds they need.
It's he's definitely her hero. If you haven't seen Malice the series yet, you need to look it up on YouTube because it really is good. And if you are able, then of course they are seeking funds on their Kickstarter. Okay. Should we do some reviews?
If you want to.
Let's talk about A Way We Happened.
Oh.
Shall we do that?
Sure.
They had their second to the last episode.
Yep.
This week. It was episode 5. They've got 6 total in the season. Amy Okuda was in this episode.
Yep.
And I will say, I thought episode 5 was the best episode of the season.
Yes.
You agree?
I would agree. I
think their chemistry really came together quite nicely. You can come back. I thought their chemistry came together quite nicely. I thought they were believable as a couple who was starting to really kind of fall in love with each other. And I really liked the lead in when Jeremy, the ex, and him were going through the apartment building to get to her door.
Yeah.
And he realized who it was, and then thought he had gone the other way, but then they came around and ended up at the same door. Yeah. And he knocked on the neighbor's door, the older lady. I really thought it was the best episode overall of the season, and it makes me want to see what they're going to do for the finale. It really makes me want to come back. And they had lost some viewership on the episodes, but this one shot it back up. They're almost at, I think they're less than 200,000 shy of 1 million views for this episode. So yeah. It's back to being quite impressive, and they've got pages and pages and pages of comments.
I would definitely agree that this episode is probably my favorite and the best one they've had so far. And I like the questions that they asked at the end of it. At least the first one, which was, who do you feel is wrong? And to me, it's like, both of them and neither of them. Mm-hmm. I think they both have their own specific points that are good, and at the same time, I think other issues for both of them are wrong. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think, but they gave us a bit of a hint about him, that there may be something in his past that makes him feel the way that he does.
Yeah.
You know, when he was talking to his friend.
Something big has happened.
He's been hurt before, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was a really interesting way to approach it. And again, I think their engagement is through the roof. I love what they're doing, the whole concept of the show. And it's beautifully filmed. What a pretty show to look at.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
The inclusion of the fact that it's branded, the inclusion of AT&T is so minimal. The only time that I can actually recall seeing their logo at all is in the credit run, right when they fade to white and it you know, see on the credit. That's it. Other than that, of course, you see the phones, but it's not
right. It's very well done. I like the show a lot, and I think that you guys would enjoy it. We'd love to know when this shows up on YouTube, right down here in the comments, what you guys think of A Way We Happened. Let us know your opinions on the concept, and if you think this is something other web series should adopt. I think you're going to see it more.
Yeah.
I really do.
But as well as this one is doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So throughout the course of the week, we've been watching trailers, and today, once again, all day, we watched trailers, and it was bad. Today was a bad day for trailers, y'all. Bad, bad, bad. And I'm not sure that I want to turn this into a full-on spew, but for the love of all that is good and holy.
Oh, it's going to happen.
You are not the first person to ever come up with doing a web series. And I really, really wish, and I can't hammer this home enough, I really, really wish that more web series creators would be aware of what is already out there. And I'm not just talking about going on YouTube and assuming you can make a fortune on YouTube and being aware of what is being done on YouTube. You need to go to Blip. You need to go to Coldcast. You need to go to JTS. You need to be aware of what is happening in this space. And I would say that to any budding creator out there, anybody on YouTube who's seen Freddie Wong and wants to do a web series, or they've seen Shane Dawson or Grace Helbig, and you think that you can do that, you need to be aware of what's out there, what came before, what's being produced now, so that you're not making these claims of this is going to be the hottest, most amazing show ever, and then
seen
people
in the
like us
history
watch
of
the
ever.
trailer and it's horrid. This is a professional space. And everybody strives to make something that, even if they just make it for their friends or their family, is watchable and good. And I think we need to encourage young people that come into the space to take pride in their work. Now, I can see people doing it as a lark, but man, there's some really terrible stuff out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh-huh.
Are we good?
I think so, yeah, for now.
You want more spew? You can
For
spew.
now. There'll be some more spew later. Let's show a trailer. A good one.
Okay.
What do we got as far as the list today? Show me the
was
list.
Subtle. Ooh, let's show that one.
Okay.
Okay. Because
This is a trailer for a new web... I like it too. For a new web series called Project 9.
Go ahead.
I agree with Tunes in the chat room that visibility and discovery is our biggest issue. And a lot of that is going to fall to the distribution channels like YouTube and Blip and Coldcast to curate better. But it's going to fall on us also to describe ourselves better and to get out there and interact with people more and community build more and build fan bases. And I think that's what it's going to take. There are fantastic web series out there. And I would say the majority of web series are better now than they were before. Because even a year ago or 2 years ago, the majority of web series that were made were mostly unwatchable. And that's not the case anymore. Unfortunately, the ones that get a lot of views on YouTube get a lot of views and then they end up being unwatchable. So there you go.
Yeah. In one way, shape,
Let's do a
form, or
review of a really good one.
Okay, what are we
One
doing?
of your favorites. You can go ahead and review it.
What am I reviewing?
I know you've been waiting to go ahead and talk
Which
about
one?
it. You know.
Which one? I have two in here.
That one.
This one that I'm highlighted on?
Yes'm.
Oh, you mean Lost Footage?
Yes.
I'm liking my new video editor funness. I love this show. I do. It's beautifully shot. They have yet to have a sound issue. Everybody in the cast is solid. It's just, and I love it. And of course, Fig just can't catch a break. Like, ever. 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 And I think the funniest little moment in this episode, or series of moments, is that the boys are trying to get back together, kind of. Because they've obviously kind of split. If you're not paying attention, I'm not going to ruin it for you. But if you haven't watched it, you need to. Because I'm not going to ruin it. But the boys are trying to get back together, sort of, kind of. You can see that their friendship, while having been tested, is still, they're wishing they still had the bond. Just seriously. But the funniest moment, the laugh out loud moment was when Stanford yelled at Fig to get, bless you, yelled at Fig to get in the room because of what was happening with DK's ex. I'm not ruining. I'm not going to ruin nothing. I'm not going to spoil it because you have to watch it. But I'm like, this, oh. Can't catch a break. And if you're not watching their episodes, at least watch their vlogs. They do awesome stuff. What is your
me,
problem?
I don't
and
know.
they answer your questions and send them stuff on YouTube. It's awesome. Los Feliz. You should be watching it.
You should be watching it. It was a great episode this week.
It's fantastic. Yay! And they're in the room, so say hello.
They are in the room.
And I'll say it again. I said it Wednesday. I swore up and down that Wendy McComb was the Wendy's commercial girl, and she's not. And
I know you were so disappointed to find out that wasn't her.
I'm so upset about that. I think the girl who it actually is, I think she's got 3 names. It's like Morgan something Smith or something, whatever.
Yeah.
They look so like they could be sisters. It's frightening.
Now, for those of you who are wondering, there is no new Ragged Isle this week and no new Once You Leave. So you're going to have to hold off on that until next week. There's also no new Job Hunters.
Why?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we go back to trailers again?
Sure, that's
We
something.
could.
See, look, they just say lots. That's something they don't talk about. I'm like, they totally went for the same part.
Oh, they might have. That would suck if you went in for that commercial and then they hired your fucking doppelganger.
Right?
Like, how much would that suck?
That would very much suck. Because the thing is, if you look up pictures of her, and there's like fan pages for both of them. It's really awkward sometimes. But Wendy's done a lot of incredible things. If you look at her, you need to look at her resume. But if you look at pictures of them, they've actually gone through similar stages. Like they like brunette, blonde, redhead, and it's like, okay, what's happening? What is this fuckery that's going on here? Because my Wendy's commercial girl is Wendy. I'm just saying. So, yay! Anyway, randomness. What?
Randomness.
What?
Total randomness. So let's move on to the. Let me see the list of trailers. Okay, Endless.
Okay.
We'll show the Endless trailer.
All
This
right.
is a trailer for a new web series called Endless. I think that looks really interesting.
I like their car cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, for whatever, I was like, wow, that's not somebody holding a camera. At least it doesn't look like it. It looked like a rig built into your car.
I hope I'm not like single-handedly sitting right fucking here coming down with a cold.
Are you really?
Because you know what that'll mean.
We've only been out. We went out of the house today for like
Laying
15
in
minutes.
bed playing Dead Space 2.
Oh, that's so horrible for you.
I hate it. I hate it.
Wait,
Or
Wendy did?
Or perhaps Max Payne again. Maybe Deus Ex. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be anything. Did anybody watch the Daytime Emmy Awards last night? Crickets. No one? Well, we want to congratulate Ben and Rafi Fine. Because the Fine brothers won an AOL Viral Emmy last night. An AOL Viral Award during the Daytime Emmys last night. For Kids React. And congratulations to them.
Yay!
And also nominated along with them were the Gregory Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really nice to see them represented. The Bay was also nominated for a Daytime Emmy last night. They did not win.
People were drunk.
Elizabeth Hendrickson didn't win either, and that really pissed me off.
People were drunk. I swear to God, what's her name? Dinah Girl.
Deirdre Hall.
Deirdre Hall's about to snatch somebody's hair right off their
I
head.
know, right?
When she was announcing who a winner and somebody shouted out, they shouted out General Hospital, she literally looked at them and said, "I will be announcing the winner, please." And I was like, don't do it again. Deirdre Hall will snap your face off. And nobody will even realize it.
Don't piss off Deirdre Hall.
I was just like...
Do not.
Don't give people food and alcohol in an award show.
Some of the dresses were quite beautiful, I will say. I thought Kristen Alfonso looked really beautiful. I thought Deirdre Hall looked really good. Who else looked? Elizabeth Hendrickson looked beautiful. Mm-hmm. Susan Lucci looked uncomfortable. Erica Slezak looked really good.
The director, that one director in the director's group, she had sequins in like a V series, diagonal V series across her back, and her dress was black. And we're like, who is that? Because that was a good choice. Some people wore muumuus, whatever.
It seemed like a wake. It really did. It seemed like everybody was uncomfortable and didn't want to be there. It
was odd. It was really,
Tony
really
Geary
odd.
won an award, and he got to get in a good jab at the network. But I would have really liked to have seen everybody
sort of come together
even
more.
though The Bay may not be your favorite web series. They're doing something. They're helping keep soaps alive on the web, along with Divanity and Breaking Point, who we'll be talking about in a minute, and Empire, and Fumbling, and
that's one thing I wished
Venice.
Erica Slezak had said, that that the future of soaps lives on, and she named all the shows that were on current, and I wish she had said as well as online.
And she gave a nod. I'm sure she was looking at the people from the Bay when she said, and the future of soaps as well. But the future of soaps is more than just the Bay. There are soaps, many, many online soaps, and it would have been nice to have some acknowledgement of that. To let fans know who were watching, to let people know in the industry that soaps aren't dying, they are just morphing into something new. And it was nice to see Ben and Rafi Fine talk about content that was being created online. I really appreciated them for saying that. And it's really a shame that the daytime industry, even when they said the future of soaps, did not, specifically name the Bay when they were indeed nominated. I agree with Seth. I'm shocked that Venice didn't get nominated. However, I think we've made no secret on this show that of all of the soaps, the soaps being done as original web series right now, I'm not sure the Bay and Venice are, the top of the heap or the creme de la creme of what's being created. Mm-mm. I would have liked to have seen it possible to have a web soap category at the Daytime Emmys, and for them to make it possible for all of the web soaps to submit, like Divanity, like Breaking Point, like Empire, like Anacostia. I would have liked to have seen those shows competing alongside of Venice and the Bay. I think of the shows that were nominated, the Bay had as good a shot of any to win. I was kind of shocked it was a Disney show, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I'd like to see a specific category for it. And maybe now...
Well, if you have the AOL
here comes
viral
my
video,
IAW TV, I want to be on your board of directors moment.
Doesn't voting start tomorrow?
I think voting starts tomorrow. I think there needs to be some outreach done from the IAW TV, and not the awards committee, but from someone at the IAW TV who knows soaps and who knows the soap industry. Me, if I'm on your board, I will be more than happy to do this.
Have a soap category next year?
To have, not necessarily a soap category, although that would be good.
I would.
But to reach, I think there should be a soap category. The Indie Intertube Awards certainly have a soap category.
Yeah.
But I think that there needs to be some serious outreach to these web soaps to make sure that they're all members of the IAW TV and that we welcome them with open arms, as well as others who are thinking about or in pre-production on web soaps. I certainly believe that soap should be a different category from drama or comedy. Mm-hmm. Because melodrama and drama are not the same thing.
No.
That's why we separated out the categories, because there are enough web soaps to do that. Do I think the IWTV is going to do it? No. But I think there needs to be some outreach to the soap opera community.
I think they should.
Um,
I still say that they should.
I know we're going to do it on behalf of Indie Intertube, so...
I can make it so. But the other thing is, it was kind of like...
IWTV voting starts for tomorrow. Both Amanda and I are nominated. I want it really bad.
With the awards last night, I think it was very much... it was sad, and I think that's part of the reason why some people work there and a lot of people didn't show up. Because it's the vein of daytime drama is slowly closing up. And I have this really weird sort of feeling predictionary thing where I think all soaps will be gone, and then in like a few years after the fact that people will be demanding them so much that it'll take somebody taking a risk to bring them back. When we're all talked out and doctored out and realityd out, you know, people are going to say, well, I don't want to watch TV at all during the day unless you bring me a daytime drama. And then you're going to have somebody take another risk again to try and bring it back. But then it may be too late. I would love for that to happen. Yeah. I would love for them to not disappear like they are, but I would love to also
only
see
IWTV members can vote for the board of directors. Yeah. The initial voting starts tomorrow. I believe it goes on for 2 weeks or a week.
2? I think 2.
And then they whittle it down to the top 12 candidates, and it goes on from there. Let's move on and show another trailer, shall we? Sure. Let's show a very special trailer. It just went live just a little while ago on Coldcast. We had a chance to see it, and we've been told that it's okay for us to show it. So this is the trailer, speaking of web soaps, for the Misbehaved series finale.
Ain't no stopping the storm that's coming, 'cause fire's gonna rain from the sky. We'll have you healing in your bed, treated to the feeling that you're getting so high. It's dynamite and a fantasy for eyes. She straps a love around your heart. She's got you sweating like you're under attack. 'Cause she's a fire blazing, trouble starting, love pyromaniac. You're on fire, fire. She'll set your heart on fire, fire.
So, how the fuck are you lovebirds?
Yes,
Once again, Misbehave with the fantastic music.
Yes, That girl is Gillian Clare.
Yes.
Who is insanely talented. And so smart. She's a freaking
used to
genius.
be on Days of Our Lives.
Yes. And she's a co-producer of that show.
She is. She does their music.
Is doing a whole bunch of other things, and she will be somebody to look out for in the future.
Yeah, she's their music supervisor. She does a lot of their costumes as well. Okay.
Ooh, they said fuck. They did. That was a nice. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody does more web series than Eric Marstoff. Craig Frank might, but I'm not sure. Eric may have surpassed him now.
Maybe. Okay,
we've got some reviews to do.
We do. We have another one.
Let's talk Out with Dad.
All right.
Out with Dad had season 2, ep 11 this week.
Oh.
First thing I want to say about the show is that I love the music.
Yeah.
In Out with Dad. It's fantastic. It's really nice to see shows like Misbehave, Out with Dad, Once You Leave, taking the initiative to have original music on their shows. It's really amazing, and I'm sure there are others who do it, but it really is quite amazing. Vanessa came back. Vanessa was back.
That's so...
I kind of just want her to go away.
I know! And it's like...
I feel bad for her, but not bad enough for her because she doesn't have any backbone at all.
Well, it's not that she doesn't even have... It's not just that she doesn't have a backbone. It's also the fact that when it comes to push or shove, she's gonna shove, what's her name? Grace? No. What's her name? Daughter! Main character! Rose. Duh. I had Grace stuck on my brain. Where when push comes to shove, she's going to push Rose in front of the bus every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
To save herself, like I'm not gonna, kind of a thing. She totally.
Yeah, and she's totally into dating the guy.
Yeah.
She was just a little too happy about that for my,
Duh.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Nathan. I love the way he acted in when he was being, confronted with homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
That he kind of felt he couldn't say anything. Now, you notice that Jason said that really happened.
Yeah.
On their blog. He said
Yeah.
that was based on...
That was based on a real situation.
On a real situation.
A real life situation that didn't happen. And I find it so funny because it was just juxtaposed with Rose coming home and saying that it's Toronto. Something like that would never happen.
Except she just went through it too.
Yeah. They both did.
And it was very ironic to have her dad say, I admire your strength, knowing that she didn't have any when confronted with homophobia while she was out on her run. She didn't...
But can I say?
I feel so bad for her. That was so tough for her to be in.
And it's there was a moment when she said that was one of the other girls had said that was very unfair. That it's so unfair kind of a situation, and I'm really hoping that I know Rose said it is unfair, that she was meaning it in a ironic kind of a way.
Yeah.
In the it's not unfair for you, it's actually unfair for her. Yeah. Because of
now I agree with what Karen is saying. You have less sympathy for Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why he didn't speak up, but that is exactly the kind of moment when people do need to speak up. But I think what Jason was trying to show with this is that even people with the best intentions maybe don't feel comfortable speaking up. And that's the problem because, evil thrives when good people do nothing.
Well, and that was the thing. Like, in that moment, I was honestly hoping that he would get up and walk out. Mm-hmm. And yet, knowing that this is also a client of his, and this is, it's in that situation, it's a very fine line to walk, and you're one person or the other, and you're either going to do something or you're not. And it's one of those things that I know I was always told was to pick your battles. And it may suck that you have to sit there and suffer through it, but nothing says that you can't do something about it.
Because, there have been times, more likely than not, that if I hear homophobia not directed at me, but directed at other people, I will speak up, be that online or in real life. 99% of the time I will. But I will admit to there having been times where I didn't. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know
where I thought, this is just not the right place, not the right time. And it's going to cause more harm than good to both that person and me myself, if I say something.
There have been definite situations where I knew if I did say something or continued in the vein of saying something, that I would probably wake up the next day in the hospital, or I would be, on your 9 o'clock news for a hate crime kind of a deal. So, and like I say, you have to pick your battles, and that's one of those things. At least they were in a work situation. It wouldn't have been that difficult if he had stood up.
Now, the funny thing is, when it comes to my family, I will stand up and call out homophobia on that part of any family member of mine. And I'm from the South, so it happens a lot.
And like
but I call it out all the time.
Professional settings are very tricky. In that instance, I know I may not be able to say something in that moment to those people, other than, hey, you guys need to cut it out. But I also know that I wouldn't be put off by going to HR and saying, look, I know this is a really big funny joke, but it's not to me. So, channels, professionally.
But usually the only time I've been afraid to say something is when I felt I was outnumbered in a crowd that felt
like you were going to be the target of their rage.
Switch to rage and violence at any given time. I remember once we were in Vancouver, and it was Pride Week, and it was also Symphony of Fire, and we had gone down to Stanley Park, and Symphony of Fire was going on, and when it was all over, the police kind of herded everybody up, not Robson Street, which would have made more sense, but up Davie, which happens to be the gay village. And as the crowd was moving up through, we're kind of in the middle of it all, you're moving through this crowd of hundreds of thousands of people, and you could feel that it wouldn't have taken much for the crowd to turn violent, for people within the crowd to incite violence. And you heard the rumbling every once in a while of faggot.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not the appropriate time to say, shut your mouth. That's the appropriate time to walk your ass out of that crowd and back to your hotel as fast as you possibly can.
Yes. Safety of others. It's like,
because that, you know, saying something at that particular time in that particular crowd, being outnumbered and in the kind of crowd that is drunken and that close to being out of control, and you could feel the tension, you could have endangered other people by opening your mouth at that point.
Right, and that's what I was saying in the room when I worked at I used to work at a lesbian bar, and when I did I remember being shot at because we had a black gay bar next door, and they, as awesome as they were with us, a group of guys came in there and started trouble, and other people stood up for it, and they got taken out to the parking lot, and we were trying to stand up for what was right, and then eventually ended up getting shot at, and my manager's truck got shot out, and we were holed up in our bar until 4 o'clock in the morning for the police to sort it all out until they got them all out.
And yes,
I mean,
Gift, in Canada.
Yeah.
Canada is a very progressive country when it comes to
mine was in Texas.
Civil rights. However, homophobia has certainly not been eradicated here.
Oh, no.
It still exists. And sometimes when you experience homophobia when we're in Canada, and we travel back and forth between Texas and Florida and Canada, and Seattle, when homophobia happens here, it can almost be more insidious because it's not okay to be homophobic to someone's face. It's so you hear it behind your back, or you hear it under someone's breath, or you experience in the way you're looked at or treated.
We experienced it in Vancouver when we went to Fan Expo, and we're walking in the neighborhood and got it from people across the street, and it's like, I'm just.
It was very.
It's it's the soul kind of thing, but it's done with, I'm going to come up behind you and stab you in the back and then continue to walk like it never happened, kind of insidiousness.
And 10 years ago, not even, there was a guy beaten to death in Stanley Park for being gay. So it happens. It happens. There are hate crimes. Things do happen. It doesn't happen as often in the United States, and it's not prevalent. Certainly gay marriage is legal in Canada.
Yeah. The fabric of society in Canada has not fallen apart.
And the fabric of society has not fallen apart.
You can get married whether you are a man or a woman attracted to a man or a woman or whatever. It doesn't matter. But, however, when you go into the States, you can marry your horse.
And trust me, the neighborhood in Vancouver, I mean, that's everything is gay.
Yeah.
But it's like you'll go from one side of the corner to the next side of the corner, and this side is the straight place, and this is the neighborhood. And you can tell by the rainbow flags on all of the signs.
You just gotta be smart, and
you just have to be smart.
And I felt more for
there is Fox News in Canada, and there's other things too.
I felt more.
Canada is ruled by the Conservative Party right now.
Yeah, that's what's funny. It's like the Republicans are running, but not really, because the Republicans are nothing like the Conservatives here, and the Liberals are nothing like the Democrats.
Far worse. Anyway, we're not going to get into politics.
The Canadian government fights with each other in their remnant of like the House.
Sweetie, we're not going to get into politics.
It's awesome.
I just hey.
What?
Not
it's
do
awesome.
Politics.
They like throw.
I want to get back to Out with Dad.
But no,
because Out with Dad is a Canadian show.
Yes, that? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I had a point.
We're still talking politics. Go ahead.
No, I know. I had a point with Rose, saying I felt worse for Rose, knowing that she's already warring with herself about Claire, and wanting to accept the let's go to the dance, and yet being confronted with clearly two of the more popular girls in the class. I'm assuming with the way that she stopped, like, oh, you're talking to me, kind of thing. Asking if she knew if the other girl was gay, and that's not fair, that's not right. She changes in front of us, and then Rose just kind of being like, ha ha ha.
Yeah. What I do want to say about Out with Dad is that this show has grown so much since it began. The acting has grown by leaps and bounds, as have the production values and the writing. And this has become one of the best dramatic web series online, I believe. And you cannot overstate that. And that's why Out with Dad is our drama of the week. Let's show another trailer. Shall
Okay. Yeah.
we? Okay. Let's show the trailer for... Okay.
What? No?
Our friend Justin Marchand
Oh!
has a new project coming up. And we're going to show...
I'm trying to procure like $25 somehow. So that we... because...
We'll talk... Just...
Yay!
We are going to show his... We will figure it out.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We're working on it, Justin.
Yeah. I love Justin. I love his animation style. So let's check out the fundraising video for his new project, Fantasy Hospital.
Magical mumps, fairy fever, hoof and mouth disease, zombie decay, and of course, harpies. There are no cures for these magical maladies,
You mean there's no cure for harpies?
but if you can look into your heart and your pocketbook, we can fight these deadly diseases. With much needed magical research? Better, with a web series.
Doctor, it hurts when I do this.
I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. I'm an animator, and I need your help to create the animated web series, Fantasy Hospital. I used to be an animator like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee. Let me introduce you to a few members of our staff. For as little as $5, the price of a non-fat venti soy latte, you too can contribute to the amazing cause that is Fantasy Hospital. But you're probably asking yourself what any caring physician would want to know. What's in it for me? In addition to traditional donor perks like shirts, coffee mugs, DVDs, we're offering you the unique opportunity to be animated in the Fantasy Hospital Holiday Special.
That's right. Have you always wanted to be animated? Now's your chance. Your donation can turn you into one of over 20 different personalized fantasy creatures, from fairies to giants.
If you'd like to donate, we'd love it. But if now isn't the time, you can still contribute to the cause by spreading the word to everyone you know about the magic of Fantasy Hospital.
Can you fix it, Doc?
I don't even know what's broken.
Yes.
He doesn't even know what's broken.
I don't even know. Yes.
You know, Karen's just chomping at the bit for us to review Breaking Point.
I want to be in this show.
I love Justin's music. I love his animation style. And he is a sweet guy. He really, really is a nice guy. We had the
Awesome,
opportunity to meet
awesome.
and spend time with him in Vegas, and it was really great.
He had an animal shirt on.
He did.
Yay!
Okay.
But yeah, if you donate, you get to pick like one of 3 to 4 different animation creature types that you can be in the show. It's awesome.
Okay. Well, we're going to review your show last, Karen. We've got 2 more reviews and 1 more trailer to talk about before we're done today. So let's talk about the season 2 premiere of Leap Year.
What?
Dude, right out of the box, Eliza Dushku.
It's June Pepper.
June Pepper.
April. May. June! It's June!
June
That was awesome.
Pepper.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
So who do you think is going to be the bad woman? Who do you think is the woman whose feet we only saw? Was that June or was that Caulfield's character?
I think it was Emma.
You think?
Yeah. Because I mean, it's not that I pay that much attention, but
Elijah Dushku, it looks amazing.
I haven't seen Eliza wear those kind of shoes lately. Nor
Well,
does
that doesn't
her...
mean she doesn't.
No, but nor does her character palette, clothing-wise, suggest that right now. So because there was no pants.
Can I just say how hot Alexis Boozer is? She's the hottest woman on that show.
You have got to stand in better lighting. In a more
Alexis
well-lit spot.
Boozer, hottest woman on Leap Year. Sorry, Emma Caulfield and Elijah Dushku, but that's just the way that it is.
You realize I am not Lisbeth Sander, right?
I like their new opening. It was a hell of a start, I will say. It was a hell of a
I
start
like
to
their
the
new
episode.
credit sequence. It's a little faster paced. Cheryl Lazar's in it.
I see that. I would have been happy to have them on the Intertube. But you can't really include a podcast in that kind of thing, and we don't have a nice shiny studio.
It's okay.
Yet.
It's okay.
It'll happen.
It'll be
Although,
Leap Year season 3.
You know, yeah. By then, hopefully, we'll be in Florida, because guess what, peeps? There's been a snag. May not be able to take the motorhome until the spring. Which means we'll be driving down in a minivan, and we got to get things fixed, and it's a money pit. So we're not sure what is going to happen, because we don't want to run an Indiegogo campaign for this trip. We want to be able to run an Indiegogo campaign for the show once we get to Florida. So I don't know what we're going to do. We are running out of funds, and we are running out of ideas, and we're hoping to work on sponsors, but keep your fingers crossed, guys. And there is a donate button on our website.
We got it.
Moving on. Leap Year was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was much faster paced.
Yeah, it was much faster paced than the first season, which was good.
So far. And
I found it a little slow the first season. I know you didn't, but I did.
Well, no, there were moments where it kind of drug, where it was just like, eh. But, you know...
Alexis Boozer was very hot in the first season, too. Just in case
but
anybody
now
was
instead
wondering.
of red, she's got purple.
Yeah.
And seriously, the Lisbeth line was hilarious. But, the juxtaposition at the end with what he was talking about, what was happening, was beautifully done, I thought. And I swear to God, it's Emma's going to be the bad guy.
So, congratulations, Leap Year. Which, you know...
Nate wants budget info.
I told him I would send that to him.
Okay.
I had a hard time with the first season of Leap Year really getting into it, but...
I think I stuck around
She
for
liked
Alexis.
it so much. She liked it so much that her excitement was infectious, and I started to like it. But right now, we're going to show you a trailer for a web series that I found this week, and I'm really excited about it. I'm very intrigued by the trailer. It is another web series that shot outside of the Hollywood, New York kind of core cities area, and it is called... We'll wait to tell you until Shad's ready to actually load it.
No, it's ready.
It is called Decrypted.
Oh, you're such an ass.
Hello?
I'm looking for the locksmith. I've been locked out of my car, and I wish to get back in.
Where's your car located, Mr.
Hunter, you'll find me at 5th and Hill.
1 hour?
I look forward to seeing you. Decrypted, quickly and quietly, and by whatever means necessary.
All right, Camilla. Get to work.
I do feel compelled to remind you, once you're in, don't snoop around. After all, what good is all that money? You're not here to spend it.
Project Paradise? Oh my god.
Well, Camilla Reed, the prodigal student returns.
I need help. People I decrypted that for can't have the information. I need to make a duplicate.
A fake.
Just something to buy me some time.
You stupid little...
Who the hell are you guys? We want your help and we don't have much time.
You need to disappear. Fast.
At least you'll be going out with a bang.
That reminds me of Hard Drive 13. Only a little more polished.
Yeah. Kat Davidson.
Yes.
I'm not seeing an IMDb with her. But it very well may be, Seth. I was checking. And they're from Wisconsin, if you can believe it. The Art Institute of Wisconsin. I am just thrilled about that, and I can't wait to find out more, because that show really looks intriguing for me.
Yes, I like it.
It's a good promo. It really kind of tells you just enough to get you interested in what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What up?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And that web series, again, was called Decrypted.
Yes.
And I miss Hard Drive 13.
I know.
I was
That's
so disappointed when I found out that it was not going to continue.
That this is, in that vein for you to fill that hole. Are you ready?
All right, let's do this.
Oh!
Let's talk about Breaking Point.
Because we have ideas. We were discussing ideas.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the things that stood out for me.
Okay.
Dennis got tasered.
Dude.
And that's pretty much what I said when it happened. Dude, whoa.
Whoa. Did you really taser, or were we just having fun?
and we know it wasn't his wife or anything, because he was on his way to see her. I am so intrigued by that.
Yeah. But because it's just like, again, you're going, oh. What show are you watching they did behind the scenes with tasering? Is it Cell?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, where they showed somebody getting tasered, and yeah.
Okay.
What? Are we gonna go to that point? Or are you gonna say that for last?
Clearly, Crystal was thinking about Tori before she went over to see the ex, and he will forever only be the ex, as far as I'm concerned. But I have to say, because you know how I feel about this storyline. You know how I feel about this beat of the story of her, being all namby-pamby, and maybe I want him back, and blah, 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 blah. And I don't give a flying shit if you see chemistry between them.
She doesn't know what she wants is the problem.
Yes, she does, because she was thinking about Tori.
No, because look, she doesn't know what she wants, because Tori for her is an unknown equation. She doesn't know what that's going to do, what's going to happen, what's going to become of that. She's the unknown risk. The husband is easy. He's safe. He's the secure choice. She had a kid with him. It wouldn't be hard for her to play pretend.
I don't care what his name is, Karen. He's the ex.
Dr. James Woods, okay? But all I'm saying is, that's where she doesn't know what for me, I would be like, think about yourself, sweetie. Just go into yourself for a minute, and you'll figure it out.
I thought it was perfect when she walks in and sees him in the arms of another woman.
Right, but we still don't know.
Yeah!
But we still don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's his new squeeze, but,
Well, I think I would respect Karen a lot and want to give her a big fat hug if it's some girl that he's been seeing.
Or it's the girl that she initially had the first
thing. Okay, let's talk about that.
All right,
Crystal tells Imani.
Yes. Imani.
That... Oh, it was not Gabby.
It wasn't Gabby.
It was not Gabby. She tells... No, Crystal choosing herself is not really okay with me. It would be okay. That would be very empowering.
It'd be very empowering. And then go fuck you both, and then go find something better.
I like Tori.
In the vein of she can circle back around, but she's gotta be good with herself.
Shh.
The reason she's floating between the both of them is because she doesn't know herself.
She told Imani that Tori wasn't the first woman that she was attracted to. She told Imani that she was not that Tori was not the first person that she was attracted to, and she didn't want to tell Imani who it was. So we had a debate going of who was it, and we'll talk to you a bit about what we think should. Okay, could it maybe have been Dana?
That's what I was hoping.
I was kind of hoping that it was Dana, and then. Okay, here's how should we just tell her what we were thinking?
Go ahead.
Okay, here's our thought.
2 options. Either flashback or dream sequence.
That it should be Dana, that perhaps it was Dana who she was attracted to before. Because
it was Gabby and James.
he the guy that? Oh my God.
Baby daddy. Anyway, wait, we'll get to that in a minute.
I gotta process that
This
in a
is
minute.
so good.
Hold on. Let me just kick this guy here.
Oh, look at that.
Can you kick him?
Purple haze. Yeah, I have to fucking find it. Oh, they're gone.
Okay. I think that the woman that Crystal was attracted to before Tori was probably Dana, don't you?
I'm hoping.
Well, if it was me, it would be Olivia, so I can totally see. And the very idea of Crystal and Dana. Follow me now. Follow me. Take
I'm
this
with
walk
you.
with me. Take this walk with me, Karen. If it was Dana, then we're probably going to need a fantasy sequence.
Or a flashback to like some weird
fantasy sequence
moment. No, because if it's a flashback, then shit actually happened.
No, I'm okay with a fantasy sequence. As long as it involves precariously placed badges and frisking.
And an outfit and a police officer's outfit that's just a little
too tight.
Just saying. But see, no, here's the thing. If it was an actual occurrence, like a drunken thing, or she kissed her, or some weird, like that adds so much extra character depth in there. And you're like, dude!
Because Olivia's hot,
Especially
and
if
so
she-
is Crystal.
Wait.
And can you see that?
I know, but especially if Crystal was still married, and something sort of happened there, and she went, no. And then found Tori. After all of that, going, oh shit.
So where the uniform, you know, if say Crystal got pulled over by Dana and she frisked her for some reason. It's a fantasy sequence, it doesn't matter why. And her uniform was just a skosh a bit too tight.
Just a skosh?
Have you met
One
Olivia?
side. Yes, I have. I have actually hugged Olivia.
We sat and had drinks with them. I'm telling you.
She's allowed me to be in her physical presence with her boyfriend there at the same time. So that was good. I was happy with that.
I think we need to have Crystal, because that is clearly who it was. That was our whole conversation earlier.
Right?
Who do you think she was attracted to? I'm like, well, if it was me,
I said Dana because they're friends.
Olivia, because she's hot.
Right. It's either
Given that Olivia and Dana are the same, person.
But
now I would agree with Seth. Imani's a lion hoe.
oh yes, but here's the thing: you have to think if it was in her circle of friends, it's going to be two people. It's going to be Gabby or it's going to be Dana. I mean, logistically. And right now, she's about to just bitch slap the shit out of Gabby. So.
Oh, but I'm so down with that even more now, because she is going to be through with the both of them.
Especially if he's baby daddy.
If he's baby daddy, park on the side and come around back. Come on now.
Half siblings. That her daughter and her son or daughter and Gabby's son or daughter will be related.
Now, speaking of Olivia.
Yes.
Dana let, and here I go again. I get Olivia and Kyle mixed up with their characters. Dana let Kyle have it.
That was so good. I was scared for a minute. I was like, shit. I don't want her yelling at me ever.
I know,
Ever.
right? I do not want to be on Olivia/Dana's bad side ever.
No. Ever.
No.
Ever.
But did he really think? Did he really think that it wasn't going to come out? And I love how, Vic comes over and he's all like, hey, buddy.
Hey, let's shut the door. Bam! I was like, oh. How's that for a bro friend? That was... Wow. Let's just get right down to the point. No bullshit. There we are.
Yeah, he had it coming. As pretty as Kyle is, and as much as I don't want him to have his face all messed up.
That was good.
He had that coming.
He had that... There's so much fuckery that is going on around that man. It's either own your shit or get rid of your shit. Pick one. And if you got rid of your shit and the girl that helped you out with your shit has come back and said, no, I'm coming to reclaim. Go, look, I'm done with you. I'm done with this. I'm out. Done. Fuck you, bye.
Okay, bye. You can go back to full screen.
Yes.
Woo. And these are the kinds, we just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a glimpse into how we discuss a breaking point.
Ben.
Ben.
Ben. last name is Ben. See, it's
Ben.
one or the other. I either know your real
But
name or your
Vic
character
came
name.
in and hit Ben in his pretty face.
Yes.
And my first instinct when he hit him was, oh, not the face! And then he had that coming, but not the face!
Kind of like when Dana got hit. You were like, oh!
Oh.
Not the face! What are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, now I want you to know that Breaking Point is not the only show we discuss in this manner. Divanity is also another one that we
Soaps
discuss
in general
in
are
this manner.
discussed in this manner.
This is usually a discussion manner to have for soap operas.
You know what? I will say, though, that Out with Dad had a little bit of this discussion manner with the whole arm thing. I was like, ooh. In the previous episode, she smelled her hair and it smelled of campfire, and now it's touching her arm, and ah! And that was my moment. That was, you know.
See, I get like that with The Way We Happened. It's like, don't. I was all upset when they argued. I was all like, but now he's gone.
Stop talking. Yeah.
We're such romantics.
Yeah. And we love soaps.
And we
Especially
love
dirty
soaps. And you know what? Divanity and
I cannot
Breaking
wait.
Point and Empire, they're the kinds of shows that we discuss this way. Desire and Deceit was another one that we talked about this way.
Because I think part of that, it plays...
Because when we talk about Ragged Isle or Once You Leave, it's a very intellectual discussion.
Yes.
About what it all means.
It's very philosophical.
Once You Leave makes us get all existential about the shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, let's talk about what this shit means. Because clearly Nate is smarter than we are. And there's some existential
When we
stuff
talk
happening.
about Once You Leave in like Ragged Isle, it's like we're figuring out a Rubik's Cube
Rubik's
as we're doing
Cube.
it. Of philosophy and the meaning of life and the world and as a whole and different entities and spiritual things. And you're like, wow, I feel so, just, I'm going to go do.
And I have to say, I'm behind on Generic Girl and Prime and a couple other shows that I need to get caught up on. And I have a list of new shows to watch for this coming Wednesday. because of the Real Housewives of Vancouver.
Oh. Why did I hear that part of the promo? I will say, you know what? I don't watch any of the Housewives.
I am hanging my head in shame.
Okay, I don't watch any of the Housewives, but I know that Vancouver's probably the most scandalous because I don't think any other housewife show has a housewife that slept with another housewife's daughter. Only in Canada. So, yeah.
I hang my head in shame. It is not a web show, but I watched it on the web. I did not actually watch it on my TV, but I watched it on the web because we saw that commercial.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because you heard the woman go on their first reunion show, which is coming up this Wednesday, say, I don't appreciate you having sex with my daughter.
Right? And she's all like,
and
I got
was like,
pictures.
excuse me, what?
I got pictures.
One
You
of the
want me to show you?
housewives had sex with one of the other housewives' daughters? Is that where we've gone?
That's where we at in Canada. And next week is Canada Day, so yay!
If there is a not safe for work scene in the Breaking Point finale, I'm telling you, Real Housewives Vancouver is just too much. For one, they have, and I've not watched more than one episode of any of the others, but they have a woman in the Real Housewives of Vancouver who is probably the biggest, most pretentious, judgmental bitch I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I want to pluck her eyes out. And her daughter's the one that slept with the
other housewife, who's actually one of her enemy housewives.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very weird.
It's weird and it's so very wrong, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it, and I got all involved in it.
That was true. I was kind of reading it, and it was really stabbing some sort of unknown part of redness. But yeah, for shame.
Yeah.
Because you're not really watching it. You're just.
But I stopped
discussing it
on Friday.
But see, you know
it was just my entire Friday afternoon. I stopped after that. I haven't even seen all the episodes. I only watched like 4 of them.
You watched the juicy bit about that.
I watched the juicy bits about the sleeping with and how it happened.
But see, for me, that's kind of soapy. I mean,
It was totally soapy.
It's so, because I was like, that would be awesome in a soap. I mean, it really wouldn't, but that's already happened in a soap.
I couldn't look away.
Somebody's
When
son
she
is sleeping with
said,
somebody else's
because
mother.
when she said that the mother of the girl she slept with, who is a bitch and who had been snarky to her, she said she told me that I needed to have a sign over my bed that said 1 billion served. And then she dead looks in the camera and goes, well, I guess that's 1,000,000,001 now, including her daughter. Snap!
I like the getting to the bottom of it line.
That's not all she got to the bottom of?
No, that's not all I got to the bottom of. No, I got to the bottom of it, and by it, I mean your daughter. I was like, what is happening on my... What? Yeah, but see, to bring it back to web series, that sort of vigorous, what is going on kind of nature is what happens when we watch online soaps. Especially Breaking Point and Vanity and Empire. There's just sort of that inherent gleeful, dirty wickedness to it. And I know it sparks that, ooh, let's find the most screwed up situation that we can think of and throw it in that soap and see what happens.
Needless to say, we can't wait for the finale of Breaking Point this week, and all of you guys should watch it too. Please check out the other shows that we've talked about. And now that you've gotten a little glimpse into what it's like to be us during the week.
Right? Oh, wait. Though I do have to say, Riley, the other day, we were out having lunch. And your doppelganger walked into where we were at. And I was like...
You know, for a second, I actually thought it was her.
I swear to God, I thought it was you. And then she turned around and picked up 2 kids. And I was like, nope.
That's not her.
That's not
But she was sitting with her kids in the play area, which
Right,
is just on the other side of the glass from us. And it was so weird because every time I saw her, I was like, that is so weird. It's like Riley was looking over my shoulder while I ate.
So we're like, yay, Riley's with us wherever we go. It was awesome and yet kind of scary because we're like, Riley doesn't have kids.
Please check out the shows we talked about this week. Out with Dad, Breaking Point, Leap Year, Los Feliz.
See, Riley says I was this close to sleeping with
people
a
about,
girlfriend's mother at one time back in the day. So it happens. No, it's there. She's just, you'd have a maid family, 2 little boys.
Yeah.
Like 5 and 7.
And make sure that you check out and look for the shows Decrypted, Project 9.
Dinos. Don't forget to check out Malice's saving campaign.
Yes.
For the rest of their series.
And Fantasy Hospital.
And the Kickstarter or Indiegogo for Fantasy Hospital.
Misbehaves finale, series finale is coming up, and we have been assured that it is going to be shocking and scandalous and outstanding, and I don't doubt that coming from them.
Right? Don't forget to check out...
It looks like Decrypted is being shot in Wisconsin, but I'm going to double check on that, and I will let you know.
Also check out Leap Year, because it's another great branded show, along with The Way We Happened, Los Feliz, because it's awesome, and we know people who live there.
Please, remember that this week you will get new episodes of Job Hunters, Ragged Isle, and Once You Leave.
Yeah, it's going to be loaded. Loaded!
7 o'clock on Tuesday.
And don't forget...
They will be live tweeting the season finale of Breaking Point.
Don't forget a not safe for work episode of Once You Leave this Tuesday as well.
Woo! I'm all about that, too. All about not safe for work on the Once You Leave
More
front,
adult content in your shows.
Yes.
I don't know why. It just works.
That's just where we're at today. You know what? It's really hot in here.
Los Feliz is not
We're
branded.
delirious from all of the bad news we've had this week.
At least as far as I know. Not safe for work is one is NSFW.
And clearly we're done.
OYL is Once You Leave.
So tonight is Continuum if you're in Canada. You do not want to miss episode 5 of this fantastic new sci-fi transmedia project. For those of you who cannot watch it in the US yet, there are ways.
Oh, jeebus.
We'd be happy to loan you our copies of it. Perhaps.
What are we loaning?
Continuum. It's on tonight.
Yeah.
And until then, remember, tomorrow the voting begins for the IWTV Board of Directors. Both Amanda and April and Amanda, are nominated for the Board of Directors of the IWTV, and we would appreciate your vote. Either way, we promise to continue to be a loud and supportive set of voices on behalf of indie creators everywhere. Until Wednesday, guys. Good night.
Despite how crazy we are.
The internet. It's not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes. Tubes. Surely anyone here has defined what net neutrality is. Tangled up tubes. I just the other day got internet was sent by my staff at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I got it's a series of tubes.